Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to present 10 tips for the solo lifter. Before I get into that topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos just like this. Before I dive into it, I put together a new bench press program this week. You can find the link below. It is a 6-week cycle. This is a unique cycle because you're going to be pushing for overreaching, doing a little bit more volume and intensity the first 4 weeks, backing off for 2 weeks, then repeating the cycle. So check it out down below. So I have a handy dandy 10 tips for the solo lifter, and this is not a comprehensive list, but somebody asked me to put together 10 tips, and I was trying to put together the best quality tips I could as a foundation, so here they are. And if I left off any tips you feel are important, please drop them down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Number one, be smart about training days. Have an awareness of when folks are in the gym and when they are not in the gym. And don't hesitate to adjust your schedule around what is going on in the gym. What do I mean by this? Well, at the local LA Fitness, when we go there, which doesn't happen anymore because of the COVID crap, we decided just to stick here. But when we were going, you would see Monday and Tuesday were pretty hot, Wednesday was mediocre, and Thursday and Friday and Saturday were a ghost town. So we would adjust our schedule so we could go to the gym and didn't have to fight for equipment. You didn't want to try to bench on a Monday or Tuesday. That was a little bit irritating. So don't hesitate to pay attention to what is going on in the gym around you and schedule your programming based on that so you can have good quality workouts. You're not dealing with all the fighting for equipment. And one thing that's really important, you're not dealing with all the chaos and the mess and the nonsense and the distractions. All right, tip number 2, bench. And this is a big one, okay? Benching at a commercial gym. A lot of people, even clients, will occasionally say, "I didn't have a spotter." You got to get familiar. You got to build a relationship with a few gym rats in your gym. I've asked, "Can I get a quick spot?" hundreds of times in the gym from people I didn't know. And I was never had anybody say no. So first and foremost, you got to gird up those big juicy testicles and ask people for a spot. Find somebody. If you know you got a big set coming up, eyeball people. See somebody that might have the potential to spot you and then go for them. You don't want to get some dickhead. And when I do approach somebody, the first thing I said is don't touch the bar. Don't touch the bar at all unless it's pegged on my chest. So I make it clear, don't fuck around with my bar or I will eat you. All right, number 3, benching at home. Benching at home is a little bit different, but a lot of people are really afraid of benching at home or squatting at home, and I'm going to get into squatting at home in a minute. But benching at home is something I've done for a very, very long time. I have videos on this channel of me benching upwards of 500 pounds, 505 with chains. It can be pretty scary, but it can be done relatively safely. You need to learn, either you're going to have some, if you go over to New York Barbell, you can get these racks or catch pins, which are, $100, and you can set up safety stands, they call them. You can set them up on your bench. If you don't have those, you can bench in your squat rack. You just need to learn to set the pins an inch or 2 above your chest. So if you miss a rep, you're not in danger. Now, some people are going to say, well, that's going to cause me to bench an inch or 2 above my chest. Come on, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to cause any difference in gains. Don't be neurotic or obsessive compulsive about not being able to bench to your chest. Get those catch pins as close as you can, but still safe. All right, squats. Let's move on to squats. Practice safe progression. We're talking about gym squats here. Leave a couple of reps in the tank in an all-out set. You never want to perform a rep where you feel like you got the bar on your back and you feel, okay, I might fail on this next rep, but I'm going to go for it anyway. You never want to do that in a commercial gym, because if you don't have a spotter, you're fucked. You're going to have to figure out how to dump. You got people around you, it can be unsafe, and it's just not worth it. So you get to the point in a set where you feel like you might not be able to do the next rep, stop it. Practice safe sets. All right. Squatting at home. a little bit different. You can be a little bit more noisy. You can go for it a little bit more as long as you do it safely. Set your catch pins on your squat rack an inch or two below your parallel mark. Now, how do you do this? It takes a little bit of give and take. Put 45s on each side and set the pins, start them a little bit high, and squat down. You might bump the pins, then you know, okay, my next set I'm going to lower the pins another notch. You continue to bump it or continue to lower it to the point where you're not bumping it. There's occasionally a mid spot where you bump it on some reps, you don't bump it on others. It's probably a good idea to take the notch a little bit below. If you get pegged or stapled by a weight, it's pretty easy to bail out when those catch pins are just a little bit below your bottom level for your depth. All right, squatting at home. Another tip I want to give you guys is learn to dump the bar. This has to be a skill that you learn and a skill that you feel comfortable with. You need to be able to learn to dump the bar safely, okay? If you're going down and something doesn't feel right, or if you're going down and you tweak something and something twists, or your knee feels off, you need to learn to dump the bar. So how do you do this? Practice with an empty bar. You're going to make a little bit of noise in your home gym, but learn how to dump it. You probably don't want to do this. You probably don't want to learn at a commercial gym because they'll probably kick you out for making too much noise, but it's a good idea to practice somewhere at some time. So even if you are training at a commercial gym, you are familiar with dumping the bar. Just the open squat racks, too much can go wrong, right? So just be really safe, but there are going to be times when you might be in the middle of a rep and something goes completely haywire, so you're going to have to learn that skill. The next tip number 7, has to do with your phone. Now, if you're like me and you're in the gym, and sometimes I'm training alone because my wife has appointments or whatever, or like I've been throughout the years, training by myself, you have to focus on your training. Set that phone down. You want to bring it into the gym, but you want to set it down. You don't want to keep looking at it, because when you're training alone, sometimes that phone is a crutch, right? You're a little bit bored in between sets, so you pick it up and you're like, oh, look at that douchewad. Look at his deadlift form on Instagram. What the fuck is that? And then you notice he's got a swipe right and he has multiple videos, and all of a sudden you're looking at his bad deadlift form, and all of a sudden you're screwing off and wasting time. So stay focused. Stop dicking around. Know what you're in the gym to do. Make sure your rest periods in between sets are intuitive but reasonable, and that you're not wasting time. Focus more on your training than you do on your phone. Now, tip number 8 has to do with your phone as well, and training at home, not at a commercial gym. You want to have your phone within arm's length away from you at all times, because things can go wrong. One of the things when I was training at home and I was benching above 400, 450 every single workout, squatting above 550, 600 every single workout, deadlifting, above 600, 650 every single workout. I knew things could go wrong. You have to understand that you're playing around with a lot of weight and things can go wrong. Unpredictable things can happen. So you want to have your phone handy just for safety reasons in case something goes haywire, and it can happen. I've had friends do sumo deadlift, and I know a guy, a top-level guy with decent form. He tore both quads during a sumo lift, and he couldn't walk. It's good idea to have your phone close to you. All right, tip number 9. We're almost done. Hang tough. Stay in your zone. This has to do with commercial gyms. Stay in your zone. You're there to lift, not to socialize. It's not social hour. Hey, if you're a single guy and all this distraction is around you in the gym, you gotta learn to ignore it. That's not time. That's not social hour. If you want to socialize in the gym, get your workout done, and then do some fuck around-itis and whatever. Go pull up on a treadmill next to somebody and, be a creeper or whatever. But put the music in your ears and tune the world out and get to work. And the last tip for the solo lifter is safety. And I can't stress this enough. And when I watch people that don't do it, it irritates the heck out of me. Double check your plates before every single lift. Double check them just to be safe. You never know when you're going to misload. You never know when some schmuck is going to take a plate off your bar, because look, it's a commercial gym. People leave crap all over the place. Some schmuck might not see you lifting and might steal a 5 or a 10 off the end of the plate, or off the end of the bar, or worse yet, a 25 or whatever. Always double check before each set. I do that at home, even when I'm here alone, just to make sure I haven't misloaded. And finally, put some damn clips on the end of the bar. Put some clips on the end of the bar. If you spike it or tip it or bing it or bang it or whatever, or just get under the bar uneven, or something happens and you're a little bit tipsy right on that bar, one side's a little bit off versus the other, plates are going to slide. You're going to just have a fucking nightmare. So practice safe sets. So guys, hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you made it this far in this video and have yet to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd appreciate the support. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day. My phone just said I hit my goal for steps. I haven't even moved.